Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to my channel, Freya's Crone. My name is Melody. For those of you who are new to this channel, welcome. And welcome to your daily message for today, February 6th. Okay. All right. So today is February, which is second month, 6th day. So it's about finding that balance again, with the 2 energy and with the 6 energy, balancing out your energies with other people, balancing out your energies within yourself. The 2 and a 6 adds up to an 8. So it's about being in balance and connecting to the universe, being able to manifest in a very balanced way. We have the 2 and a 6 with the overlay year of a 1, which adds up to a 9. So we're still completing them cycles. We're learning hard lessons. We're completing karmic cycles, which is what we're here to do, right? To complete cycles, learn lessons. That's what Earth is all about. All right. So, what is happening today is we are sending these positive energies out into the world. We are learning hard lessons, and through these hard lessons, we're able to teach others, give others idea of how to learn their own lessons. And on a mental level, it's about discovering that short-term thinking and remaining positive with what needs to grow, with what needs to expand. So it goes back to stay in that energy of balance. We have Jupiter out. Jupiter is currently in retrograde in Cancer until March 11th. So Jupiter is the planet of expansion. Jupiter helps us to grow. Jupiter helps us to learn, all right? So the planet Jupiter is very heavy in today. So how things are happening is we're bringing results, bringing outcomes into our energy, into our life, right? Because we are learning to discover how to remain positive, keep that be positive, to keep that vibration positive, and learning to experiment with what we have, right? Because every day is a learning process. And keeping your ideas not just within yourself, but teaching others your ideas of how to overcome issues, how to overcome troubles, how to overcome challenges, how to grow from, gain wisdom from the wounds, so to speak. All right. So Aquarius rules the 11th house of our social group. All right. And we have where it is happening. Well, it's happening in our 3rd house when it comes to communication, how we communicate to other people, the ideas that we express to other people. It does talk about short-term thinking, like remaining in the present moment with your thoughts, remaining positive in the present moment with your thoughts, and learning to remain positive, learning to remain balanced, learning to discover more about yourself, like I said, that wisdom through the wound situation. All right, so I do see I have 7 viewers and 1 thumbs up. Oh nope, only got 1. All right, well, thank you, viewer, for the thumbs up. Greatly appreciate it. So that's a little bit about the energies. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and pull a light keepers. Let's see who wants to come through. Please and thank you, Holy Spirit. I apologize for getting this out later today. I had some things I had to go do this morning. And of course, the person I was leaving with, we got stuck in my driveway. And it was just horrible. So, yeah. But anyways, we ended up making it out. I gave her some ideas to use to help her. And, yeah. So, that's kind of like what we're about today, to think beyond that box situation, right? That's what Jupiter says. Think beyond the box, right? Don't keep yourself, oh, well, I don't see nothing in that corner that's of any use. Oh, okay. No, they're asking you to step outside of that box. Think beyond uh, what you see in front of your face. And what I did was I gave her some cat litter because we were stuck in my driveway. So I gave her some cat litter to put underneath her tires. So that was an idea for her, right? And I don't know if she ever thought of that before, but hey, yeah. So all right, so please and thank you, Holy Spirit. Let's get a light keepers to open up for today, February 6th. Okay, so we have Supreme Protecting Green Tara. And if I'm not mistaken, I think she come out, was it yesterday or the day before, out of the Divine Feminine deck? So Supreme Protection, your protected cords are being cut, move beyond limitations and trust. And that's why you got Jupiter there, telling you to move beyond that limited minds, because today is an opportunity to grow. Today is an opportunity to expand beyond what is around you. Like I said, stepping outside of that box energy. So Green Tar coming through, letting you know, collective, that you are divinely protected. And through this process, cords are being cut. You are setting yourself free. And this is resulting in, like I said, the growth and expansion of Jupiter, because that's what he's all about, And to me, he looks pretty freaking happy, right? He looks pretty happy. So yeah, I feel like Green Tar is saying, listen, cords are being cut that have limited you. Things that have like kept you stuck inside that box. All right, on the bottom of the deck, we have Kuan Yin, care and compassion. Choose to be love and do what is right for everyone involved, and offer a helping hand, which is exactly what I did today. I offered my friend a helping hand. All right, so Green Tara. She's becoming out of that collective. Legend has it that I am not even going to begin to pronounce that name. The personification of perfection, perfect compassion, right? The perfect compassion here was looking down on the earth one day and cried tears when he witnessed all the suffering in the world. When the tears hit the earth, a lotus form, which from Tara, the goddess of compassion and light, was born. She has many forms based on different colors, and we have chosen green in this oracle card because she brings a life protection and safety within her. Always compassionate and loving, she helps us move into a new state of being and doing. Collective, you are safe. Protection is all around you. The worst is behind you, and you are ready to move beyond the challenges that were set out for you. Cords are being cut between you and your past so that you can feel energetic, clear, and aware. Don't worry about recalling experiences. They aren't going to be recreated now. Just acknowledge them and leave them behind you so you can step into a space of spiritual and personal freedom. Green Tara has placed a spirit of complete love and acceptance around you. She is here to tell you that you no longer need to build up walls around your heart, and that it's safe to trust what you feel and who is in your life today. All right. So yeah, you are divinely protected. You're being protected. Your heart is being protected. Cords from karmic patterns, karmic people, they are all excuse me, all being cut. So you really need to trust where you're going. Stay committed to your intuition, and they want you to know that you are loved unconditionally. Choose to be love. Choose to accept that love. All right? Because you got Green Tara and Kuan Yin who is coming in and offering a helping hand here. Okay? So, yes, you are dancing with the universe. You're taking, because we're in that 8 energy, you're taking a step forward, they're taking 2 towards you. You're taking 2 steps forward, they're taking 4 towards you. It's like that sacred dance of what you want to create, right? And when you keep your mind positive and you stay focused right now in the present moment, it's like these ideas just boof, boof, boof. So you may have some sort of an idea or something that's within yourself that you need to water. You need to allow it to grow with positive energy, because we have Aquarius, who is a water sign, right? Well, it's an air sign, but they are water, right? It's water and air. All right, so what are the crows warning us about today? Please and thank you, Holy Spirit. What are the crows warning us about today? Okay, so the 3rd house rules Gemini. So you got 2 air signs out here. And the 3rd house also rules communication. I communicate. So again, pay attention to the things that you tell yourself, the way you talk to yourself. Pay attention to the things that pop into your head, right? All right, please and thank you, Holy Spirit. What are the crows warning the collective about? Look at this. Protection. You cannot make this stuff up. And it's really crazy because when I was getting ready to leave this morning, I stepped outside. I was brushing off my porch so that we didn't have to try snow coming up my porch, because I was carrying some groceries. And there was a crow, and it's like as soon as I stepped out, he was screaming, and it was only one, and he flew, I'll say, from the west, and then the wind caught a hold of him. And as you've seen in these cards, you know, when the wind grabs a hold of the crow, they have a tendency, it like throws them off. So there could be some sort of communication that may be throwing you off. I think we kind of got this similar message yesterday. And then we have something about their own self-interest. See how this crow is carrying the rat off here? Those are those cords being cut. Because that rat, that mouse, was influencing your situation. That rat or mouse may have some sort of addiction here. You need to see something from a different perspective when it comes to this, and free yourself. Rise above it, free yourself. By what? Changing up your routine a little bit, all right? So you have 2 cards of protection. You are absolutely divinely protected today, so do not worry. For some of you, maybe you need to pray, ask for help, ask for assistance. Because we do have the communication card coming out here. So I think that's absolutely wonderful. 2 cards of protection. Yeah, there was a mouse in the house, and they were only there for their own self-interest. All they cared about. This is like this selfish energy coming through here. It's like they're just trying to figure out and discover what your idea is. Like, what are you thinking about? What do you want to create today? If I was you, if you have an idea, I would keep it to yourself, is what I would say. I would keep it to yourself. Don't tell anybody. Just plant that seed and keep it on your heart. Plant that seed and keep that idea on your heart. Because you have some people around you who are trying to steal it, right? See how that crow has that mouse? They're trying to steal it for their own self-interest. They don't want you to have it. They want it because they don't want to have to put that work in like you did, collective. So the crows are in, your divine spirit team is coming in, and they are offering a helping hand to remove the rats and the mice that are out in your house, in your in your third house. Listen to what you say, releasing you from these karmic cords that are influencing you. All right, please and thank you, Holy Spirit. Can we have some tarot cards? Thank you for the thumbs up. Greatly, greatly appreciate it. Yeah, look at this. Page of Cups. So there's strong Pisces energy coming through here. The Pisces, the Page of Cups in reverse talks about not getting invited somewhere, right? Either not accepting an invitation, not getting invited somewhere. And then we have the third house, which talks about communication. So some sort of offer, somebody did not make an offer, or somebody did not, like I said, it's about communication. It's about keeping them ideas to yourself and not putting them out into the universe. Not putting them out to the people around you, just allowing you and others to know what this idea is. Because you have a sneaky snake that is around you. Somebody could be, with the Empress in reverse, that's their own self-interest. So the Empress in reverse is somebody who is promiscuous, somebody who is unable to see both sides of a situation, somebody who is heartless, somebody who does not have empathy within them. This is kind of like, there could be somebody trying to ruin your reputation. It could be business. It could be lover. It could be a mother figure who is very ungrounded. Somebody could be, the Empress usually has all four of the queens within her. For instance, if this is the Queen of Wands, this is somebody who's very unattractive, somebody who likes to manipulate energy. The Queen of Pentacles in reverse is somebody who's very materialistic, somebody who's very ungrounded, and somebody who would do it for a penny. And then the Queen of Cups is somebody who is either lacks emotions, or somebody who is over emotional, somebody who abuses their psychic powers, somebody who is very manipulative. And then you have the Queen of Swords, somebody who is heartless with their words, somebody who's very cutting with their words, somebody who lacks compassion with what they want to communicate, okay? All right, so let's move on. Yeah, the Ten of Wands. The Ten of Wands in reverse is good, because that tells me this cord to this individual has been cut. So therefore, this is no longer weighing you down. Instead of going up the hill, you're coming back down. You're letting them burdens behind you. It is easier to come down than it is to go up when you're all loaded down. Yeah, Two of Swords. Somebody made their decision. Ace of Swords underneath the Empress. Somebody who's a liar, who just is out for their own selfish gains. And I feel like this is that energy of throwing a rock's hiding in hands, right? They want to remain unknown. But this also is somebody who has a crystal ball. So their crystal ball is clouded. They're unable to see something. They're unable to hear something, unable to know something. Why? Because they are clouded. And this person is really clouded because they're telling a lot of lies. They also could talk about Archangel Michael coming in with that sword and cutting them cords, right? The attachments. Why? Because it's time to make some sort of a decision here. It's time to listen to your intuition. Because I feel like whoever I'm talking to, you are on your journey. You're like walking on an unknown, you're walking unknown, walking a path that has, oh my gosh, come on, Melody, spit it out. you're on a path where there is some unknown, it's like unknown territory. It's never been treaded there before. It's like you're walking blindly, and you have to learn to trust your intuition. um it is in this card. See, there's like a shadow here, right? So this could be catching your attention, maybe a shadow or out of your peripheral vision today. All right. But I do feel that that is this mouse in the house, is this empress. Somebody who's spreading a lot of lies, somebody trying to ruin your reputation, somebody who's trying to outcast you, alienate you. But listen, you have learned your lessons, and you've learned to grow from the emotions that this emotional manipulator has been trying to trigger you on. That is what I feel. And look at the bottom of the deck with Queen of Cups. And then we have Aquarius. See, she's in reverse. This is somebody who's an emotional manipulator. Somebody who is, you know, does things just to get a reaction out of you. Then we have this card here, which is Aquarius. So somebody is a starseed, right? Somebody is, somebody could be discovering something, maybe discovering the truth about this manipulation, this lie. Yeah. Somebody who's an emotional reactor, right? Somebody who reacts out of their emotions, somebody who's over emotional, somebody who likes to, somebody who's been healed, so to speak, right? Somebody who is, how do I want to say this? Projects, yes. Somebody who likes to project their unhealed wounds upon you. And then when they do something to trigger you, they like to play the victim, right? Oh, and look at this. So, listen. We have the King in the upright, the Queen in reverse, and the Star in the center. So this couple, this matching couple, are star seeds. You have the King of Cups here, who is somebody who's like, they can play the romantic person, somebody who's very balanced mentally, emotionally, somebody who may even be very intuitive, wears their heart on her sleeve, strong Cancer energy. And then you got the Queen of Cups, who's in the reverse, somebody who is over emotional. So there is some sort of maybe a hope or a wish that somebody is trying to, like, they could be wishing for love, but they're not ready for it, so to speak. But there is definitely strong communication between the King and the Queen of Cups here. Aquarius is in the center. Aquarius is in the center twice. So there is definitely a reason to remain positive, because, you know, it's about healing, right? About healing them emotions. It's about bringing that masculine and feminine energy back to a state of balance. Realizing how our emotions rule our world. So the 26 adds up to an 8, and that's the card here. It adds up to an 8. Something very well could be manifesting. Maybe somebody could be coming in, having a conversation with another person. Somebody is being divinely guided. Maybe somebody is waiting for a sign from the universe. Hey, it's time to move, right? And look at this with the Queen of Wands. So somebody is looking at somebody as they are attractive here, because the Queen of Wands is somebody who's very active, somebody who's very courageous, somebody who's very confident, somebody who knows what they want and goes after it, right? So there could be a sort of a third party situation happening here. Somebody could be in the middle trying to manipulate the situation with lies, rumors, trying to ruin somebody's reputation here. But now they're clouded. They are unable to see something. This could come in as by surprise for some. This communication could come in by surprise. Yeah, this Empress in reverse connected with the Ace of Swords in reverse. This is somebody who's a liar. Somebody who is unable to face their own wounds. So what do? Project themselves upon other people by being very cutting with their, being very cutting with their words. I swear Mercury retrograde isn't even retrograde and it's kicking my butt already. Yeah, this came by surprise. You may not see it coming. Somebody may have a choice to make here between two females or two people. Right? Yeah, because the unknown card. This is coming by surprise. It's like somebody is just waiting for, hey, somebody is waiting for that nudge. Right here. Somebody is waiting for it. Because this is representative of the hangman. Somebody who's just waiting for something. Waiting to get that nudge. Waiting to get that insight. And I feel like they... somebody definitely has a hidden agenda here. Their hidden agenda is to cause delays for this matching couple here. Somebody could have abused their psychic powers, told a bunch of lies, right? Like I said, trying to ruin somebody's reputation. So you need to trust. You need to trust the divine, because the divine has a helping hand. Like they are offering a helping hand in this situation. With Jupiter being in Cancer, it could be showing up at your house. Oh, look, there's milk and honey. What did I say? Somebody could be showing up. Some sort of sweetener is being added. That popped out of the deck. I would be aware if somebody shows up at your house and tries to go up close to you, being all nice and sweet, charming with their words. Could be an Aquarius, could be a Cancer, could be a Scorpio, could be a Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Somebody who may want a new beginning, coming in out from the, like returning, coming in from the cold. I feel like this is a fishy cup. With this in reverse, somebody's trying to offer a fishy cup here. It's like their emotions are not legit, and what they're doing is they're coming in with some sweet offer that is actually very bitter. Yeah, somebody who is a liar. And I feel you're not going to see this coming. Somebody could even want to come in and apologize. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to try to ruin your reputation. My left ear is like going to freaking town humming right now. Like somebody's talking about me. Yeah, look, thinker. Somebody's thinking something. They're really thinking about that. They're contemplating something. See how she's sitting there contemplating, thinking about something, thinking heavily. Never ending story. This talks about the never ending story card reminds me of our life is not, or our relationship is not over. Right? This is not over. Our story is not over. I feel like you need to take a closer look at something. See the magnifying glass there? You need to take a closer look at their story. See how she's sitting on the top of that with her hand on her head like, oh my gosh, I don't know how to do this, right? Like somebody is really thinking about something. How can I get into the collective and get this new life, right? How can I sweeten up this story and make them believe me, believe what I am saying, get them to trust me? How can I sweeten up this story to get them to trust me? And they're thinking about something. Wait a minute. What ideas do I have within myself? What can I do, right? This is somebody who lives near you. They're like, well, how can I do this without them discovering the truth? How can I keep them blind? How can I keep them from knowing the truth, right? Like they really want to add a center to this story. Self-criticism, the wounded ego, unnecessary drama. Somebody's ego is wounded. This is a story woven through the imperfect fabric of life that tells of hurt and loss. Yeah, what did I say from the jump? Right? Learning from the wounds, taking the wounds, the wisdom from them wounds, and applying them to teaching other people how to overcome them. Teaching other people how to, giving them the idea of understanding why you experienced the challenge, how to heal that wound, how to, with all wounds, there's always the scar left, right? That's the memory of the wound. You don't always have to stay there. The reason why it's a memory is so that you can learn from the challenges, learn them lessons, right? The fabric of life that tells of heart loss, rejection and humiliation, self-loathing and arrogance, and all manner of suffering born of unnecessary dramas. It is the old story whose refrain is, you cannot do this, you must not go there, should not say that, lest your world come crumbling down. Today, February 6th, know that none of this is actually true. The sky is not falling. The voice you hear is just small, scared, conditional part of you that got stuck in a lie. Stuck in a lie. Wants to protect you and needs to be seen as a victim. Somebody who's playing the victim. Didn't I say that? This is the Queen of Cups energy. And the Empress energy plays the victim. Love that lost piece of you. Fear is all it knows. Distorted guidance is preventing you from being true to yourself. You are not your story, and the narrator is simply the voice of your fearful part, small and vulnerable and easily soothed. So it's about that ego death, right? The fear that tells us, that makes us feel rejected. Oh, we're not going to do this again because we'll be rejected. I know what that felt like. I'm not going to step that stone, right? So if this is about a relationship, sometimes your heart enters into a contract with another that results in pain. Not because of abuse or neglect, but for other, more complex reasons. Shame, fear of intimacy, and low self-esteem are the greatest challenges to the success of a relationship. Consider how valuable this knowledge is. Right now, you have an opportunity for important healing, but you must reflect on the stories you weave about love, connection, abandonment, rejection, loneliness. Not only do you need to begin a new story, you need to forgive yourself for telling yourself the old ones. Have compassion for the part of you that believes all those narratives. None of them ever true anyways. Kuan Yin, care and compassion. And that's what Green Tara talks about too. All right. So for a prosperity message, fear, envy, procrastination, greed, and the perception of victimhood could all be active in your life at this moment for today. Are you comparing yourself to others, thinking their success should be yours? Maybe you're afraid of all the good that is coming your way, so you step out of your lane, fully aware of what you're doing but seemingly powerless to stop yourself. Are you back where you started, or in a situation that reminds you of past failures? Financial insecurity scaring you? You must learn to love yourself through the missteps and sabotaging moments. Use criticism constructively right now. Better yet, stop telling this story altogether. Make up a new one. The universe loves you deeply and will wait for you to figure that out. Tell a new story, and success is all but guaranteed. You can do it. Right? So tell a sweeter story, not a story of it's okay to say, hey, I've been there, I've did that, right? That constructive anger, right? Like I tell you guys all the time some of the things that I've been through and how I've overcome them. You know, believe me, it's every day there's something new. And I am not kidding you. Every single day there is something new. I can't even stress that enough. You know, with the astral travelers being in the house, or the doorbell dinging because I got something freaking running through my yard, or, you know, or the something. It's always something. But every day I get up and I'm like, okay, I can do this. I know that I can do this because I got my divine around me, walking me through this. That footprints prayer. They're carrying me. That's why there's only one set of footprints. And that's the way you need to think too. I am being carried through this suffering. I am being carried through this challenge. And there is a reason for it. And I tell you guys all the time, there is a reason for it. Like for instance, you know you got something great to do on earth if you have all of these dark forces coming up against you trying to block you. Or else they wouldn't care about you. You'd be just another nobody floating through the air, floating through the world. Right? So think about that. If you are being challenged by these 7 deadly sins, fear, anger, all of that, okay, because that's what it talks about, the fear, the ego. If you was not being challenged, how would you grow? How would you learn? It's like going to school, taking a test, right? You go to school, you got a 20-question pop quiz. You miss 5 of them. The next week, you take another pop quiz and the exact same thing, but you're going to study those 5 questions that you missed so that when you retake the test, you're going to get them 5 questions right. That's the same thing with life. It helps you to grow. It helps you to learn. It helps you to understand why you've went through what you have went through. So that's kind of how you have to look at it. That's how you need to sweeten up your story. I went through this because I know I have something great to do on here on earth. We're in that time of human evolution. We're evolving to a new root race of humans. 5s are the challenging numbers. We're in the end of the 5th root race, about to evolve to the 6th root race. That's why we're in the age of Aquarius. We are as humans evolving. So what happens when you evolve for the new you? You have to go through those labor pains. You have to go through that pain. You have to go through that suffering. Because you have to grow. You have to learn how to open your heart, how to be more compassionate. There's so much division in this world. I could just scream at the top of my head, because no matter what you say, it's like you gotta walk on eggshells, because if you say something to offend somebody, then you got a bunch of Felicias and Karens out here starting a war. No offense if any of you guys are Felicia and Karens. I'm just putting it out there. Oh, well, so Melanie from Freya's Crown offended me, so I'm going to start a war and go up against her because I'm offended because she, a wound that needs healed, so I'm going to project it on her. You see what I mean? The sweetener is, well, I have an unhealed wound. I don't know how to handle it, so I'm just going to make it look like that, that they did something wrong. That's projection. Just to get an emotional reaction out of somebody. That's a pattern that you need to recognize. Another pattern is somebody who's a reactive abuser, who picks fights with you or says something to you to trigger you, and then when they trigger you, they don't like the action and they play the victim. Had that happen to me many a times. From some grown-ass people too. Right? Some grown-ass people, and that's the never-ending story. So somebody could be coming your way, and they're thinking of an idea to come your way to possibly trigger you today. Somebody could be somebody around you, somebody who is not at a distance, maybe at a distance, but not a long distance, short distance trip. Somebody who is around you is trying to think of some sort of an idea to try to trigger somebody today. But the thing is that they're going to add a sweetener. Like, they're going to come in all nice and sweet and charming. But it's like, you need to pay attention to what is not being said today. Because this person is what I call, with the Ace of Swords here and the Empress, is a projector. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to make you mad after I triggered you. Why are you going to be so serious? It's a pattern that they repeat over and over and over again. And then they want to come in and be all sweet to you and wonder why you're like, denied, get out of my energy. So you not only need to cut cords with people like this so that you can peace and keep your sanity, but you also need to recognize the patterns. And don't allow these people's verbal sweetener to woo their way back. Spirit's telling you the decision is yours. Right? All right, so we're going to read the milk and honey card because it come out. I had that happen to me last year. Somebody texted me and was picking a fight with me. And then whenever they didn't get the action that they wanted, and then they come back, well, I didn't mean to make you mad. You know, I didn't mean to, but yet they were picking a fight with me. And I'm like, I'm not even going to deal with it. I'm just going to block you. And I did. You know, I just can't deal with it. I can't deal with the drama. If you are an adult, act like one, right? If you're not now 18 years old, I can understand it. Because the law says you're an adult, but you're not grown yet, right? But if you are an adult in your 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, and beyond, grow up, right? The taste of prosperity, abundance born of authenticity, nurturing abundance, trusting that your needs will be met, right? Exactly. Because somebody has a wish coming true. And somebody does not like it. They are very, very over emotional and unhappy because somebody has a wish coming true. And they know that this person is being guided right towards their destiny, what's meant for them, towards that wish. You've entered a sweet time in your life, enjoying the land of milk and honey. Everyone wants to experience. It's an interlude that feels more languid than ambitious. I did flip that. Okay. When all your senses are awake to the unlimited possibilities of the universe, these times are precious and only come when you're in your authentic zone. Wearing the world as a loose garment, not wanting, yet able to be nourished in ways both tangible and subtle. Abundance is an energy that you are living a part of. All your needs are being met. You are given the gift of nourishment in every form. When it comes to relationships, sensuality, connection, and passionate romance between lovers. What do we have? The King and the Queen here with the Star card. So there's going to be a healing between these divine counterparts. When you get two people showing up in the same energy, this is what I consider a divine counterpart. Sensuality, connection, and passionate romance between lovers. Sweet moments of understanding and love among friends and family are all here to savor you. Your heart's calling will be answered. That's the Star card. Your calling. Let your thoughts and feelings be sweet with gratitude, and you nourished with the honey of abundance. Prosperity message. There is only one authentic you. That's right. There is only you, and that means you are unique. That's why people have outcasted you. People did not invite you because it was for your protection, collective. You didn't get invited because it's for your protection. The version of yourself is spiritual embassy in the world. When you're in alignment with the truth that you are a unique expression of the divine, your ego can rest and your soul can illuminate your purpose. So that is what they're telling you. Rest that ego mind. Right? And that's how you're going to discover the power of positivity, of how you manifest things. Now is a time when you're seeking your true north, which talks about your north node. When you find, and I feel like for some of you, you may be on it with the Star card here. You may very well be on north node. I know I am. All right, and that's why I've been going through what I've been going through for the last 10 years is because I stepped into my North Node, okay, which helps us to achieve goals, which helps us to learn these spiritual lessons that need to be learned so that you can achieve the goals that you are wishing for. When you find this direction, you automatically step into prosperity, and the world brings you evidence of your abundance. Miracles are a choice and a way of seeing the world. With every choice you make right now, you have the potential to seize good fortune and embrace your destiny. So, yeah, you guys are walking on a path of unknown territory. You're not seeing something for a reason, because something is going to come as a surprise here. So sort of a wish is going to be granted, right? Because here we are being very emotional, all in our emotions, all in our thoughts, right? And then if you look behind the star card, look who's here. That divine counterpart who is in the upright position. So what you are doing today is you are mirroring. You're wishing for something, but you're not prepared for it. And it's like a never-ending story of, oh my God, every time I there's always this and that. Well, you need to step out of that energy. Time to complete that old story and rewrite your new story here. The things that tell yourself about who and what is around you and how it creates your reality. Because somebody has a supernatural mind here. Your thoughts create your reality. So Spirit is telling you, I don't know where it's at. Today is a day to create a reality of milk and honey, of a sweet life, right? Understand, that there is that pot of gold at the end of that rainbow. The divine, they're waiting for you. Miracles are a choice and a way of seeing the world. With every choice you make right now, you have the potential to seize good fortune and embrace your destiny. Opportunities will lead you to your best life. Be open to them. You're getting a sweet taste of what you want. Yes, be open to it, because somebody is wishing for love. But you're not prepared to receive it, because here he is hiding behind that star card. Peekaboo, I'm here. Are you ready? Because I'm peeking in. Peekaboo. I know you're wishing for me, but I can see you. Psychically, emotionally, I can feel you. You're not ready. Hello, peekaboo. So it's about stepping into that unknown. It's about ripping off that blinder. Like I said, this unknown card talks about something that is not yet known. You're being guided for a reason. So Spirit said, okay, so you made the choice, right? You chose to get on a path that it was not taken for. You made the choice to walk down this path blindly. So get out of your head into your heart, because look, guess what? There it is. But he's still hiding it for now until you start clearing out them emotions, start telling a different story. And then here he comes. My love, I'm waiting for you. Okay? All right, so there is definitely some sort of communication coming in. Somebody around you is thinking, okay, well, when would be the right time? Right? So Jupiter is saying, listen, it's time to start thinking positive. It's time to step out of that ego box that you put yourself in, where people have judged you. People have lied on you. People have shamed you. People who have ruined your reputation with lies. They did it out of jealousy because somebody here is a divine feminine. That's why you got the matching pair. Right? Jupiter's in the fourth house. The fourth house is your heart. Or Jupiter's in Cancer. Cancer rules the fourth house, which is your home, your family. The family wounds that we have carried of shame, rejection, abandonmentship that has put you in your head and less in your heart. Somebody could be healing some mother wounds today. If you're anything like me, I got them. That is for sure. So the main thing you need to know today is the divine is coming in and offering a helping hand to cut these cords of limiting belief system, of feeling not worthy. I'm not worthy of love. I don't deserve love. I've been rejected before, right? Spirit's coming in and offering a helping hand to cut them cords. They want you to know that you are loved conditionally and you are absolutely worthy of love. Because how it's happening is a wish is about to be granted, my collective. So the reason why you got rejected and the people left you, did not invite you, did not care about you, rejection was for your protection. And that's what the crows want to warn you about. Rejection was for your protection. It wasn't to hurt you. It was for your protection. How many of you just seen that orb come down through? And that's what you need to understand. Rejection was for your protection, guys. So they want you to choose love and do what is right. Do what is right for yourself. Trust your spiritual guidance. Trust that you're being guided here. Even if you are unsure where you're going, trust that you're being guided. The Star card talks about being divinely guided. You're guided towards your hopes, your wishes, your aspirations, your goals. So if things did not work out, business, lover, family, friend, with other people, it's because the divine was protecting you. To recognize that. You need to recognize how much the divine loves you. You need to open your heart to receive this gift, this hope, this wish. Like I said, here he comes. Boop. Behind it. Here you are on top of it, blocking it. Again, here he is. That divine counterpart. Being guided, both being guided towards one another. Doesn't matter if you're a male or a female with the Queen of Cups. You could be a male and just be afraid of how you feel. You could be a female and be standing up masculine energy of, oh, well, I don't know how to express my feelings, right? So I'm just going to hold them all in until something triggers me. And then I'm like a damn volcano. Make everybody the punching bag. Let me show you. There he is. A wish is about to be granted. So you need to understand why nothing worked out before, guys. This is a divine saying, this is my sweetener, my beloved child. This is a sweetener for all the pain and suffering that you have been through. We see it. So we're going to give you a little bit of a sweetener here. We know what you're wishing for. We know what you want. We know what you desire. So we're going to sweeten up this gift, this pot of gold for you. And we're going to bring in who you want, what you want. This person is like, it's somebody who is secretly watching you. They're like, oh, look at so and so. They are so beautiful, so attractive, so very confident. Somebody who knows what they want and are not afraid to go after it. Yep. Somebody's all in their head though. Somebody's thinking about, how can I get a new life, right? How can I have this new life? Open up your imagination. Believe in miracles. Because you are manifesting your soul tribe. Yep. The higher power is bringing your soul tribe towards you. Absolutely. They're bringing your soul tribe. And look, there's Giraffe that talks about seeing something from a different perspective. Somebody has a very, very, very powerful imagination. What you think about, you bring about. So think about that new life. Visualize that new life that you want to create. Start telling yourself a story of how one day you walk in this journey and then all of a sudden, boom, this person come out of nowhere and swept me off my feet and I felt instantly in love, and all them past hurts and wounds were so worth it, because if I did not go through it, I would not be able to appreciate what I got in front of me. Remember that. Divine's bringing a sweetener in. Trust the process. You are being divinely guided. Okay? All right. Thank you guys. I love you so much. I thank each and every guys for your thumbs up. Thank you for viewing. Thank you for listening to me stumble all over my words. I am not perfect. That happens sometimes. But by goodness, I do get the message out regardless. Sometimes it takes me a minute, that scrambled mind, but I do end up getting it out. Okay? So remember, shift your focus, not from the past experiences to, I learned my lesson. Right? I learned my lesson. All of those lessons made me realize what I will not tolerate in a relationship. All of those lessons made me make that list of standards that I want in a relationship. Exactly. And then here comes the universe. My sweet child, we heard you. Okay? Because we have Jupiter retrograding Cancer. Cancer talks about family, right? It talks about roots, right? Your mother wounds, your mother in period. Alrighty, guys. Thank you for watching.